Hello viewers, and welcome to the morning news and current affair program, the Dailies on Echo Television International, where we look at various stories trending on our Nigerian papers and possibly take a look at sports and also the international paper. I'm Sele Elisha Dasham, and I have with me Tony J. Nakade.
I'm happy to be here, Sele. Good morning, viewers.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
so let's go through the papers. We're live on Facebook and
it's
also
like you are
on
happy
YouTube.
anytime you catch me unprepared for this show.
Okay.
Is it a setup?
No, it's not a
Okay,
setup.
Tosi, we wish you quickest recovery wherever you are this morning, and the Lord be with you.
All right, sir. Well, let's take a look at what the papers have for us this morning, and let's start with the Nation newspaper. We have two brothers confess to chopping off father's hand to rustle cattle. This is really a very sad and ridiculous story here. Other stories on the Nation newspaper, we have Abuja Kaduna train hostage negotiator in DSS custody. Mamu flown back from care. And you know, people have been talking about the issue of this negotiator. The fact that why is it that it is only Mamu or actually Gumi that have to be the one to negotiate it? But then we'll just keep our fingers crossed concerning that. Other stories on the Nation newspaper, why Nigerian can't meet OPEC quota. Detail of that can be found on page 7. And we have a story here which is on the PDP crisis, uncertainty over Anyucha Ayu's fate. The writer following that story says Atiku holds presidential aspirant from the south. Judgment Day coming, says Wike. Or your governor, no retreat, no surrender. You can look up that story on the Nation newspaper. IMF asks Nigerian and others to take $40 billion climate loan. You can look up that story too on the Nation newspaper. Downside of the paper, which happens to be the big story on the Nation newspaper, we have Tinubu. We are determined to turn Nigerians' fortune around. No rift between party chair and I, says the APC presidential candidate. And we can see a picture story there showing us some of the negotiation coming from the APC. We have the northern governors, northern chairman, that is the person of Lalong. We have the APC chairman. We also have Tinubu there in picture. So you can do well to grab the Nation newspaper and read any of the stories that is of interest to you. And let's look at other stories. Still some of the papers here this morning. Let's take a look at our Jezreel newspaper. Remember, you can be part of the conversation by dropping your comment on our Facebook and also on our YouTube page. On our Jezreel newspaper, the first story here say anchor borrower. CBN issue notice to defaulting companies over 5.6 billion naira debt. You can look up that story on the front page and also detail order on the continuation on page 23. 2023 presidency, which is a big story. Ex-aspirant Sean Atiku's meeting as 18 governorship candidate meet Wike in Port Harcourt. You can look up that story on page 8, and I think PDP is actually taking most of our papers these days. Whatever the issue is, we hope that they resolve their internal crisis soon. We have LCCI Forum, Atiku Obi Tinubu to speak on Nigeria's economic blueprint. 31% of Nigerians can't read and write. This is coming from Adamu, the Minister of Education. I will begin to ask questions. How comes 31% of Nigerians can't read? Is that a result
How
of
did we come up with how did we come up with such analysis, and why? Is it something of concern to Nigeria? If it's something of concern to Nigeria, how can't 31% of Nigerians read or write? Why is it that? It's shameful what befalls Nigeria when we start talking about our problems as a nation. You find out that other countries have left that level for as long as they can't remember.
True.
If we are still battling with, this is the Minister of Information.
Of
Education,
yes.
I'm sorry. If the Minister of Education is saying that 31% of Nigerians cannot read and write, when he was in office, how many percent could not read and write? These are the things that we want to hear. Don't tell us that 31% of Nigerians cannot read and write. Tell us when you came to office, 70% of Nigerians could not read and write. But we were able to put these and these and these in place. And now, out of the 70%, 25% can read and write. And we're still working. But if you come out to have said, but why find a colossal amount of these people that cannot read and write? It's going to be the North. It's going to be the North. Now, a lot of things are a problem to Nigeria, especially our northern leaders. They have been the ones that have refused to bring development to Nigeria. We have ruled this country. We have led different regimes. History of Nigeria as a nation. The Northerners have led the most. But yet, any development, because we have Boko Haram that they are saying that cannot read and write. 31% of Nigerians cannot read and write. And you are sending a chunk of this 31% to the North. Can this 31%, or let's say if they are, let's assume we have 15% of people in the North that cannot read and write, but they can write in Arabic. Can they work in a secular organization just having an Arabic knowledge?
Of course not.
So what are we saying? You cannot. How can we wake up and think that if you cannot read and write, you can do anything with your life? You can't do business well. You cannot. Of course, we have people from China who don't speak English. But we're not talking about speaking. They can write. They can read. They can even translate English to Chinese. 1% of Nigerians cannot read and write. What is the minister or the Ministry of Education? We are not saying APC is not coming back, no. But in 2023, another government will come in. And then even if it's the same APC government that is coming in, this man is not sure that he will still be the Minister of Education. So what will he do before that time? You see, we have read a lot of stories, people are saying, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. It is, should you be elected as governor? It's an offense to promise people what you're coming to do should you be elected as president. It's an offense to promise people what you will do should you be elected as senator, member, House of Rep, or anything, and then you spend your 4 years and not do it. It should be an offense in the Constitution of Nigeria. It should be an offense. It should be a law. Nigeria speak on the blueprint of the economic blueprint of Nigeria. They will come and tell you what is written. These people have very serious, knowledgeable people in the area of the economy. They can sit down and write, and it will seem brilliant. It will be convincing. How are we sure that when they speak, they will not be political? LCCI Forum, if they are watching, I am asking, how is their existence when any one of these people emerge as president? What will they do to make sure that what each one of them said is implemented? These are the things that we should consider as they are things we should consider as treasonable offenses to the nation. When you make a promise that you have been to XYZ local government in XYZ state, and you made your findings that they have 300 kilometers within that state of roads that need to be fixed, and when we come, we will do these roads. Note it down. Let them tell us the period of time that it will take them to do these things. Let's start making politicians to be accountable in Nigeria. This is what you said you would do. Okay, let's vote him. When it's 4 years and you have not done it, and you say within 3 years you will do that, you should not only be recalled, you should go to prison for lying to Nigerians. When we start practicing politics like that, Nigeria will move. Have you seen how countries deal with the issue of corruption? Other countries, have you seen? Overseas, have you seen how people deal with the issues of corruption? Look at R. Kelly, the famous R&B singer. He's jailed. What did he do? It's something people do in Nigeria and they get away with it. It's not even the family of the culprit, the victim that is pushing that no, R. Kelly must go to jail. No, it's not the family, it's the government. But in Nigeria, let's assume a superstar, not even a superstar, common people on the street, they go to prison. 3 months later, 2 months later, 1 month later, they are freed.
And they will say, keep my space, I'll be coming back soon.
And they are coming back to the same streets to commit same or worse atrocities. If you don't address, this is how I know a politician will be truthful. First thing, you should talk about the judicial system, which is going to punish any mishaps in your own government. Imagine, Sele, that you are president of Nigeria. Martha is Minister for Women Affairs. Linda is Minister Information. Tony Nakale is Minister Petroleum. Well, that's where I want to be. And then I steal money. And then you jail me. And then Martha steals money. And then you jailed her. And then Linda stole money. And then you jailed her. The people that you appointed, you are jailing them. The rest of your ministers will sit.
They will redress.
And you should make sure that they are serving that jail time. Everybody. Permanent secretaries will sit up. Let's assume that even your own son was caught in an airport with 10 billion. And then you said, no, let him go to jail. It will be news all over the world that the president of Nigeria is jailing his. So if the judicial system does not work well, who is going to make sure that even after implementing the policies that you are saying you are going into government to make, and you are breaking, if it is not the judicial system, who will make sure that these policies are kept? So who is talking about the judicial system amongst them? Nobody. Who is talking about criminal laws? Nobody. You are talking about moving forward for Nigeria, but you are not talking about what stops Nigeria from moving forward. Because you cannot come and move Nigeria forward if you don't address the issues that are stopping Nigeria from moving forward. Aspirants, ex-aspirants Sean articles with I want us to think of something this morning. While Atiku and his campaign team are moving up, Wike is a major threat to them. Wike is having a swell day now. But the question is, what happens to Wike when he stops at May 29? When he hands over, is it 12 June or May 29 now? Okay, May 29, but the celebration is 12 June, right? Okay, what happens to him? Is he powerful now because he's a governor? If he stops being governor, there are other people that will become other people that will become senators, ministers, governors, president, and all of that. Where would his relevance be then? These are all the things that we need to do. As much as we want to see peace reign in all the political parties, as much as we want to see them do things in tranquil manner, because you don't know, Wike has supporters. So does Atiku.
See them having meeting. They said we'll be having a meeting.
So does Atiku. And you know, in Nigeria, have you heard the saying that when two elephants fight,
the ground suffers.
It is the ground, the grass
that
suffers. When they start fighting now, don't be shocked that you will hear Northerners in Port Harcourt, they are fighting on behalf of Atiku. Or you hear Igbos or Wike's people in the north fighting on behalf of Wike. We can be that foolish in Nigeria.
Sure.
There are several times that you can see something erupting from the north, But Northerners in Aba are already fighting. How many are they in Aba? Igbo people fighting in Kano. How many are they in Kano? It's foolish. Tomorrow, you will see Atiku and Wike. Maybe Atiku will even give Wike a very lofty appointment. And the people that have fought, lost properties, lost lives, they are forgotten. Nigerians must wise up and understand that Atiku, Tinubu, Peter Obi, they are not a god to you. They are not. So the only thing that you can do to defend them is to vote for them. That's the only thing you can do to show them that you love them and you support them. Vote for them. That's the only thing you can do. But carry petrol and burn something? No. You are making a very foolish mistake. Carry knife, stab somebody? No, you are making a very foolish mistake. Use your vote wisely. That is all we want. If you love Atiku so much, go to your social media page and brag about Atiku. But don't curse or insult Tinubu while campaigning for Atiku. Don't insult Peter Obi while campaigning for Atiku. In fact, don't insult Atiku while campaigning for Peter Obi. It's wrong. You are not constructive. You are not. That is why sometimes you hear that people are left homeless. You hear that a woman is left childless. Why? Because maybe the child went to talk about somebody. There was a time in Gombe, you dare not mention a candidate's name. They will. But what does that mean? I think spend more time selling your candidate than the time you spend criticizing an opponent. I sound like a professor now.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Like really
Spend more time selling your candidate. Spend less time or no time, castigating your opponent. I think Martha should note that so that we can post it later on our Instagram page. And I was doing an analysis on this our politicians. I found out that Atiku has more followers on Twitter than all of them. In fact, Atiku is followed on Twitter more than the president of Nigeria. Atiku is highest, followed by Buhari, followed by Peter Obi. Peter Obi has more followers than Tinubu. Peter Obi has 1.4 million. Atiku has 4.2 million. Buhari has 3 point something, I can't remember now. Tinubu has 1.2 or 1.1.
Power of social media.
Power of social media. But do you know what these people will neglect? That they will see it as nothing. They will see it as nothing. That is a determining factor to a very large extent. Because people that want to vote Peter Obi, they will not follow Atiku on Twitter. Have sense. People that will vote Atiku, few of them will follow Tinubu on Twitter. Why? Because Atiku is insulted on Tinubu's, anytime there is a space, there is a post. So these people are insulting each other on spaces online. So I think that Nigerians should be more constructive, and the fact that there is hunger, save energy so you don't fall criticizing other. I have people that are contesting. I have friends that are contesting, and I told one of them, I said, look, don't be focused on what people are saying. You want to be a governor of a state, and you call to ask for an advice. This is what this party is saying. This is what these people are criticizing. I said, look, don't pay attention. Even your media, your aides and all that, tell them not to reply them. For you to win primaries, the primary election on this platform, on this party, it's not easy. How many people contested with you? You are not the most qualified candidate, but you got the ticket. What does that say to you? Concentrate on your campaign promises and strategize on how you will win. Look for places where you know you'll be voted, and look for places you know you will not be voted, then you work more there. Look for places that you'll be voted and plant people there. That's common sense. When you spend time replying people that are talking trash about you, you will not win the election, because these are distractions. They are all part of the political plans.
So you look focused from.
So you don't pay time. You don't pay mind to it. You don't pay mind to it.
True. True.
Do you know why we should take time making analysis? Because the papers, all the papers have the same story. Yeah. So if you go to the next paper, which is, I think, Leadership, The Guardian.
The Guardian.
FG threatens sanction against airlines selling tickets in dollars.
That's why our naira keep falling.
Why cancers in under 50 adults are increasing globally by scientists. Gunmen abduct Kanki, a local government chairman in Plateau State, but he was released, according to stories on social media. We have not spoken, so I don't know if he's truly released. DSS confirms arrest of Mamu in Egypt. I think you read that story on the
Nation.
The Nation, and then NEC meeting, decision day in PDP over Ayu Atiku Wike feud. Tinubu denies plot to sack Adamu, sideline party from campaign council. Awolowo Dosumu denies speaking with any journalist on Tinubu/Shetima ticket.
Well, I think let's look at other papers. I think almost the same thing. This day newspaper, we have federal government to punish airlines selling tickets in dollars, which we read earlier on. The big story here says oil workers begin nationwide rallies against massive oil theft today. Vows to declare total strike if menace continues. State security officials now paid to be deployed in Niger Delta and revealed about 300,000 barrels, $1 billion lost daily to shut-ins. And we saw even, apart from the fire about the oil theft, we have even Ipman being on warning strike from Monday till yesterday, where they're, saying the federal government is here to pay their money. And oil theft have actually taken quite a huge sum of money. So I just hope the federal government and the agency involved in that will be able to, trace the people. And I've always said this, just the way we're agitating or we're actually adding our voice order saying that the names of those sponsoring or financing Boko Haram, I think those also involved in all these illegal refineries and oil theft, their names should also be, be displayed so that people can know those who are involved in that. And I think that's all on this day newspaper. I think other papers, which is the Punch newspaper, which we can also look at. Nigerian plan increase gas export to Europe in 2022, which can be found on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Sanusi reject 23.5% pay raise, state varsity kick. We saw that was what the federal government was during their meeting with the vice chancellors and pro-chancellors. They said they were going to increase by 35%, and we saw that they're rejecting and kicking against that. Well, we hope that this is not just about the pay, but other things too can be met so the schools will be open soon. We have Buhari won't withdraw REC nomination, minister tells critics. Detail can be found on page 16 of the Punch newspaper. The big story say massive crook theft, which I read earlier on, and angry oil workers blame soldiers, protest today. We have downside of the paper. We have constituency project GOP 700 billion naira. We have telemedicine center faulty. Osun governor-elect assembles 52 lawmakers for tribunal battle. We can look up that story too on the Punch newspaper. We have Kwara principal allegedly defiled 7 female pupils abscond. This is really a sad one where we have, people doing such thing. This is really a sad one. I hope it's being brought to book.
The full message is, the full story is found on page 4 and page 5, I guess.
Yeah, of the Punch newspaper.
Usele, what constituency project will possibly gulp 700 billion and then Nigerians will not just know it? 700 billion naira. We're not talking 700 million. In what state? In which country? In Nigeria, we don't take time to audit and be factual. We don't take time to audit and be factual. What project, even if it's one federal government project that got 700 billion, we will know. The people that are concerned, they will disturb us on social media with that project. So which constituency project? Is it the whole constituencies in Nigeria that you share 2 million to, or is it what project? We have to, this show is all about analyzing the stories that are coming that we didn't make. We don't make these stories. The Punch, Guardian, all of the national dailies, they make up the stories from eventualities, right? But we sit down to analyze these stories as a TV station. And we are saying that if constituency projects gulp 700, what project gulped that money that you and I are not aware of? We have to start asking questions, and we have to start calling people to order. This power of recall something, I think Nigerians should wake up and read that part of our constitution very well, so that when you send someone to represent you and he is misrepresenting you, you can recall him. You are not capable. You cannot do it. No, you are not capable. Equa TV has hosted one debate that has made a lot of noise in the country, and we have several other debates. Kaduna is coming up. In fact, Kaduna is still calling for debates to go. Gombe is coming up. We want to talk to people, and we want to let Nigerians know what their rights. Your right is not just to go and cast vote. If you vote somebody you don't like him the next day, you can recall him.
But I think we're yet to realize the power we have, and then
we should. Equa Television will start educating people on that. But we cannot do that now until campaigns are rolling out all the dates, which is very soon. We're already in September. And then we want to start letting people know what is good for them, and they should act on what is good and what is their right. Because you need to know that if you are sending a senator, it's not his senator's responsibility to build roads to come and do the no, but if they do it, it's an added advantage. Some of these people are lawmakers. You understand that we have there are 3 arms of government. You have the judiciary, you have the executive, and then you have the which is the parliament. These people make laws. Who is responsible making the laws strong? Law enforcement agencies, like police, like military, like all of that. But how come things are done differently in Nigeria now? Nigerians must wake up and start asking for change. Not change that is being promised, but the change that is required. When you come and tell us you want to do, no, we don't want what you want to do. We want what is written to be done. I was watching, I think it was it channels also that someone was interviewed. I can't remember the channel, the station very well. And then the person I think it was Bode George that was talking. He said he believes, no, somebody was talking about death by hanging.
Penalty.
That he wants that penalty back in Nigeria. This firing squad, this one. They did that to, I think, them Lawrence Anini and all of these people. Why won't we do it now? We have more thieves now that are stopping the progress of this country than ever before. Why are they alive? Why are they stopping you and I from progressing as Nigerians? Why are they keeping our children, our young ones at home for months, over half a year? They are not bothered, Sele. The issues that are surrounding Nigeria, honestly, we need a leader that will be selfless. We need a leader that will say, if I die, I die. But people must go to jail, heads must roll, Nigeria must be back. Now, Peter Obi is making promises. He will do this, he will do this. And I like the promises that Peter Obi is making. But the question that I have is, how can Peter Obi make sure that what he is doing, what he is promising, are achievable, considering the fact that cabals are holding everywhere? What is the power he has to penetrate? Atiku is not saying much of what he wants to do because he's just saying things that he has said commonly. What power does he have to manipulate the people? He was vice president for 2 tenures with Obasanjo. I am from the northeast. We have terrible roads from Abuja to the northeast. He could not influence that as a vice president. How can he influence that now as a president if he becomes president? Tinubu did a lot. When Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, I was working in Lagos. In fact, my office was directly behind the government house in Lagos, at Alausa, where I worked. Kudirat Abiola Street. Precisely Clay bus stop. Tinubu brought development to Lagos. But as it is, as people are saying that most of the development that are coming to Lagos, Tinubu owns more than half of them. I don't know how true. But how are we sure that if Tinubu comes, if Peter Obi comes, if Atiku comes, these things that I have mentioned, how are we sure they will not come back to play? Because all the people that are responsible for stopping Nigeria from progressing, they are still alive. And these people will go at any length to keep feeding themselves. So tell us how you are willing to fight them. Tell us how you are willing to fight the system to have your plans actualized. These are the things. Anybody can wake up and make good promises. If Peter Obi is bragging about what he did when he was governor, let him tell us how he wants to do the same thing as president. We don't want to hear plans. We want to know strategies. We want to know strategies. Because Nigerians, you see, even the young people that are going around talking about, I will do this, this is who I will vote, I am obedient, I am articulated, I am a Tinubite, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. What have they promised you that you are sure they can deliver? That you will be a beneficiary, that your children will be beneficiaries, that their children will come to benefit. What are they promising you? Sure. Because we have seen leadership trails in other countries where one generation is feeding on legacies laid. In Nigeria, it still takes us 3 years to do a flyover. In Nigeria, it takes us 2 years to do a 10-kilometer road. In Nigeria, it takes us 3 months, 6 months to do borehole. The borehole in my house, it was sunk in less than 3 hours. Why is the one in government taking 3 months to do? Why?
They make us feel like...
How do you want to visit the contract administration of Nigeria? These are the things that we want people to address. You want to be my leader. Why do you want to lead me? Do you know what, Sele? Nigerians are not even asking you to come and share money. We are very innovative. We are creative. Even in the thick midst of this economic crisis, Nigerians are still surviving. We are just asking you to come and make everything easy for us. That's all. What is easy? People that do their businesses by road, let them travel safely. If the road is not a trap, robbers are a trap, kidnappers are a trap, headsmen are a trap, terrorism. We are just asking that if I don't have money to travel from Maiduguri to Lagos to trade well, if I don't have money to fly from Maiduguri to Lagos to trade well, I am willing to go by road. But Mr. President, Mr. Minister, make the road safe for me. That is all we are asking. We are not asking Nigerian government to come and start sharing 20,000 to anybody that is 50 years and above. We don't want that. No, we don't want that. We have Bank of Industry. What is the role of Bank of Industry? We have Smedan. What is the role of Smedan? You see, they are supposed to support small, medium-scale businesses. How many people in your life do you know that have been supported by such government agencies? Rather, Bank of Industry prefers to deal with government at that level, state governors. And if you deal with state governors, you come back. I was one time an aide where my governor was giving 5 billion. I think 5 billion or so, or 50 billion. I can't remember. One man got 500 million. He deals in sugar. He got 500 million. Sele, if you bring 500 million to Plateau, go to this terminus market, just main market, you will see women that have children in the university. Maybe the father is a security man earning 15,000, and that market that she has is not up to 20,000 if you put everything together. If you empower that woman very well, are you not empowering the economy of your state?
Increasing the GDP, of course.
Imagine 500 million. Nigeria is a funny country. When you want to share money, you don't know where to meet the people. You send one commissioner or one something and say, take 100 million and go and share to your people. But when you need votes, you will go by yourself. You will not rely on the commissioner. Why are we like that? Why are we like that? The narrative must change. The story must change. Everything must change. Right now, Nigerians are asking, well, who did you say we are voting? There are people that are asking. There are people that are saying, if it's not this man is the person that will do it. This man is the person that will do it. Sele, why are we still where we are as a nation? Let me tell you, largely, is the individual and the system. Largely, the individual and the system. Why would you be living in the past, but you are alive in the present? We have lost a lot of things. That till today in Nigeria, Abacha died how many years ago? But we're still discovering his loot. In Nigeria. Yet we have people moving freely. You have people moving freely. You see a governor driving his convoy alone. One trip alone. They use private jets. How much is it if you fly from Abuja to your state and you are staying for 3 days? The private jet will wait for you. Or go back and come back. It's all cost. They call private jet like you call Bolt. That's how they call private jet. Okay, call the jet, even if there are 3 of them. They will fly on that private jet, not minding that there are people in their state
of course,
that have not had breakfast. That there is a man in the state with 1 wife or 2 wives or 3 wives or 4 wives with multiple children. He doesn't even know the direction. Maybe he's a stonemason or a bricklayer. Until he gets to where he's looking for a job, if he's picked, that is his hope for that day. What are you doing about people like that? It goes without saying that the governors, the ministers, what government means in Nigeria right now, let me tell you, Sele, government does not have the people at heart. I'm talking about government as a person. They don't care. They are far apart as night and day with their people. Their projects are even anti their people. I want to do a 3-kilometer road here. Your people say they don't want it, but you force it on them.
Because it benefits you.
That's the point. In Nigeria, in Abuja, go to Abuja, 1 flyover is taking over 2 years to build. Why is it so? 1 flyover. Some of them are not even built completely. We have them, they are littering Abuja everywhere. Flyover is not completed 2 years, 3 years. And the money has been spent. This road from Hawan-Kibo, this Hawan-Kibo road, every administration is giving contract for the road to be done.
We are yet to hold the contractors accountable for the money that has been given.
Who are the contractors? The people giving out the contract, they are the contractors. That is it. You go to, in fact, any state you go to, you see permanent contractors that the governors have brought that are working in the state. When will we grow? When don't you have people studying engineering in your state? How can they be empowered? How can you come up with a company that does local construction? You have need for it. You have need for it. What do you benefit as a Nigerian governor? What do you benefit from China? No, let's ask. What do you benefit from China? What do you benefit from America? What do you benefit? tell us that every construction in Nigeria is Chinese that is doing, is Chinese people that are coming to do it. Can't we do construction? Nigerians cannot do construction? Don't we have local companies?
We do.
So let's start looking within. What can we do? What can we do in Nigeria to get Nigeria working? We are always consuming. We are not producing. When you keep consuming, even as a wife at home, you don't do anything but ask money from your husband. You become a liability. Like one Birom woman said, liability. She said, you become liability. So you see, but truly, we have to start thinking, what are we producing in Nigeria? What can we produce and sell? What is the green on our flag? Plantation. The green symbolizes like agriculture. Agriculture. That's the green. The white is for peace. Is Nigeria still a peaceful country? It's not. When you travel, people are waiting for you to arrive to call them and say, I have arrived. The agriculture, how many people have not farmed this year? I'm wondering what they will eat next year. Did you see any governor crying because his people have not farmed? Not. Did you see any governor visiting because his people have not farmed? How many people? We are bothered about things that will not help us, as if we will not come back to our state and live if we stop being relevant.
No wonder we're still fighting the local government autonomy till date.
We are still fighting, and that is why there's no development in local government. Go to every state in Nigeria. The only place you find development is the city center. The capital of the state. That's the only. When you start driving out, you pity people. The same people. No citizen has more rights than the other citizens.
Of course.
Are we supposed to take phone calls?
We're supposed to take phone calls, but I think right at this moment, let me just open the phone lines for our callers. You can call us. I think we have a comment on Facebook from Israel Daniel. He said, "As for me and my family, we are obediently choosing our president. We are tired of remaining in Egypt. Get well soon, sister." My question, sir, how did they come about the percentage of those that can't read? I'm sure it's more. And I think that's the same thing you're saying. How did we come about that percentage? Because we're even having about 20.2 million out of school, students in Nigeria alone. And it shocked me because Nigeria is the second highest in the world. India, Nigeria, then Pakistan. You begin to ask questions, where did we get it wrong? Is it that the same government benefited from the system and they are still frustrating that same system that they actually, benefited from? So we just hope that we get out of this Egypt.
Sele, we do not have an educational system in Nigeria. I have before I became GM of Equa TV, I was holding a company. I still hold a company in Abuja. I have people that have come, that have studied mass comm, that have studied theater arts. I've done a lot of auditions. People that are taught in the street are better than people that went to university to spend money to learn. In Equa Television, we have corpers that have come. We have graduates that have come. What did you study? Mass communication. Yet they cannot do a 5 minutes reel on a show. They can't. What did you study? What did you even went to serve? What did you study? What did they teach you? Not you. You just went. School went through you.
Go through school.
That's you see. You are doing mass communication, but you don't even know a camera. You don't know it. You don't know what edit is. You don't know this is. Why can't we go back and make sure that our universities are of standard? Even those who went to private universities, we've had them. You know them. We've had them here. We couldn't hold them. Anybody that comes, you start wondering. You have graduated, yes. You have served, yes. Okay, try this show for me. Good morning. Welcome to. They can't deliver. You see, doctors. There was a doctor that made a mistake on a girl that I know. She's without an arm right now. There are doctors, there are nurses, there are people that went to school. They are back now, and then they talk to you. You know that they went to nonsense, not school. So we are not even talking about reading and writing. We are talking about those who can read and write,
cannot even be
but cannot deliver anything.
True.
They can't deliver anything. A lot of times I receive calls, text messages, my daughter has graduated, please help her. My son is just at home doing nothing, help him. This one, this one. When you bring them, you find out that it's better for them to be at home than to be here. Because there's nothing they can do. And then the devil is lying to this generation, letting us know that we cannot amount to anything because he knows that we have what it takes to change the world. But look at people, even people that are employed. See their attitude to work. If your father deployed the same attitude to work, you wouldn't have been where you are today. But the future is coming where you will have husband, you will have wife, you will have children, and then what you were playing with, you wish you have it then. It's systemic. Have you ever been, when you were in the university, how many governors' children sat next to you in the class? How many ministers' children sat next to you in the class? How many commissioner children sat next to you in the class? How many president's children sat next to you in the class? They don't school in this country. They don't.
Keep enriching other countries while we're...
If you are envious of the schools abroad, why can't you make the one in your locality that same way so that people will school there? You even make more money.
True.
University is a universal learning place. Wow, people are not coming in from other countries to study in Nigeria, but Nigerians are going to other countries. Do you know how you are empowering their economy?
True. True. Thank you so much, sir, for doing this with me. I think our time is quite spent.
You are the one that has been talking since you heard the whole time.
Well, thank you so much to our callers, and thank you, even though no call came in,
Well,
but
sorry,
then
we couldn't take
I'm
any
truly
calls
grateful.
today.
And thank you, Israel Daniel, for your comment on our Facebook page. And until we come your way again, to have a blessed day. Stay tuned for Nigerian Now by 10.